For years, Mike Rowe was known as America's champion of hard work, the man who crawled through sewers, shoveled sludge, and stood shoulder to shoulder with the workers most people overlooked. But the story behind his public persona turned out to be far stranger and far heavier than anyone imagined. Everything changed when investigators were unexpectedly called to his Maryland home, where they uncovered secrets that pulled Rowe into a mystery worthy of one of his own episodes. What began as a simple visit quickly took a shocking turn. Inside the house, authorities found room after room of carefully hidden archives, film canisters, notebooks, handwritten maps, coded labels, and dozens of boxes marked confidential. Much of the material lined up with Rowe's career, but some of it didn't match any known project. There were tapes from locations never mentioned on Dirty Jobs, documents referencing industrial sites that no public records acknowledged, and letters from anonymous whistleblowers warning Rowe about jobs too dangerous to expose. At the center of the home was a steel-reinforced chamber not listed on the original blueprints. Behind the fingerprint-locked door sat shelves filled with hard drives, soundproof walls, and a single VHS marked in red, Episode 0. When investigators played it, they saw a younger Mike standing near a deserted facility with warning signs no television crew should have been near. His voice was low and serious as he said, "Some work was never meant for daylight." The footage cut off abruptly, raising more questions than answers. It soon came out that before Dirty Jobs, Rowe had filmed an independent documentary called The Forgotten Trades. That project led him to abandoned plants, unsafe sites, and workers who feared their stories would never be told. According to Rowe, the project was abruptly shut down after he captured something no network wanted on record. Since then, he had quietly archived every scrap of information, unsure whom to trust. But the public had no idea that even the making of Dirty Jobs nearly broke him. Behind the humor was a level of danger and strain viewers never witnessed. The crew dealt with toxic fumes, unstable structures, and close calls that easily could have ended in tragedy. Several workers featured on the show later died from workplace accidents or illnesses tied to their trades. Rowe carried those stories heavily, often lying awake replaying the faces of people he'd met across the country. The emotional and physical toll eventually became too much for the small team behind the camera. By the time Dirty Jobs ended, Rowe was worn down from years of non-stop travel, hazardous conditions, and the responsibility of representing an entire workforce. He turned his focus to the Mike Rowe Works Foundation, pouring his energy into scholarships for skilled trades. Yet even as his influence grew, he retreated from public life, acknowledging health concerns and burnout he had long ignored. Through it all, one person quietly stood beside him, his longtime girlfriend, who recently confirmed her role in his life. She described Mike not as a celebrity, but as a thoughtful, humble man who protected their love from the chaos of fame. In the end, the greatest revelation of all wasn't the tape or the investigation. It was the reminder that even the strongest among us bear hidden burdens, and Mike Rowe carried his for years in silence.